welcome to Nothing But the Tea, episode 7. We are nearing the end of our season, but I'm your host Jemima Ndebele, and today in studio we have the lovely, the flamboyant, the energetic, the handsome
Oh, girl, don't
Huncho
get me.
Kapofi.
What's up, people? What's up? What he do? What he does? I'm really excited to be on Nothing But the Tea once again. Yo, I haven't been here in a while. Yo,
So for our regular viewers, you know that Hancho is, at this point, Hancho could be part of like our furniture because we just love him so much.
girl.
We could keep him here all the time.
Yeah.
And julle weet ons hou van stories.
Yeah.
En Hancho is die ketel.
Nee, ek is nie die ketel nie, ek is die teepot. Van ek het al die stories, ek moet net bietjie uitgooi, kyk.
Just tell a little.
Yeah.
But now let's get into today's discussion.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about something very, very interesting. And if you watched last week's episode, then you know we did touch on it a little bit in regards to sneaky links. But today's discussion is
Dun, dun, dun.
dun, boundaries. Yay!
Oh my
We want
God.
to be in healthy relationships.
What do you mean?
Sorry, shame. Anyway, so today we're going to be discussing boundaries, not just in the romantic sense. That is what makes it interesting. We're going to be discussing boundaries also in the platonic sense, which means that check your friends.
Check your friends
check
because your
relatives.
friends are gonna your friends are gonna embarrass you.
No, really.
Your friends are gonna take your man, your woman. So you need those boundaries. They are really needed.
You
But
need it.
you know, start the people off with like a
So
young,
basically,
you know.
I feel like boundaries in romantic relationships are obvious.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, I think that also comes to defining boundaries. So
Mm.
can we start off by defining boundaries in regards to your personal life? How would you define boundaries? What does the word boundary mean to Honcho?
Boundaries. I don't know. How do I put it into layman's terms? Just like, you know.
Yeah, to tell you how my therapist explained to me that I freaking need to set boundaries. So she said, and I was sitting with tears in my eyes, similar to how I'm sitting now.
But
Not
without tears.
like the comfortability,
Yeah.
you know. So she said, Joima, think of it this way. You're the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And imagine a house. You've seen houses where they have no yards. You see, yeah, so you've seen those houses and how dilapidated they are, and people just go there and freaking spray graffiti on the walls and stuff. And that is what happens without boundaries. People literally come into your space, invade it, destroy it, and dip. Like dogs come and pee on the wall, dog. I am tired of
Honestly.
being the house where dogs and homeless men pee on
Oh my
and
God.
make me in. I'm kidding.
Did you go there? Did you go there? Did you go there? But honestly, I really agree. You know, you need to set those boundaries need to be there so
Yeah.
that you make sure that people don't come take the
Exactly.
clothing out of your clothing line while it's hanged and stuff, you know. So I definitely agree with your therapist. But what boundaries do you think that should be in a relationship? Let's just start there. I know it's obviously romantic relationship.
Okay,
I know it's quite obvious, but
Yeah.
like let's just point them out.
But I think it's so important to set the boundaries of, like in addition to the yard, it's also the gate. And the gate needs to have a key. Like, I need to be the one with, because sometimes it's like, yeah, I have boundaries, but seriously, you don't have a gate with a key.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have a wall, but I can still walk in through the front gate because there's no gate. And my therapist emphasized on the fact that there needs to be a gate for the lock, and you need to have the key to the lock, because if you don't have the key to the lock, what is the point?
What is the point? Exactly.
Yeah.
But I know, I think, we are confusing our viewers. Let's not talk metaphors anymore. Let's call a horse, a cow, a dog, a
spade,
dog.
spade.
You know? Okay, so relationship boundaries, let's start there.
Okay, relationship boundaries. It's important to know where you end as a person and where your person starts.
Yeah.
Because I think so many times, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship or you're still in the honeymoon phase, it's so easy to blur those lines. The thing of, I am because you are. Yeah, ubuntu, but really though. Boundaries, like you need to understand that you're an individual and I am
Yeah.
too, which means you have like sections of your life that you need to respect
Yeah.
before coming to invade mine. For instance, there's the element of your spiritual life, there's the element of your social life, there's the element of your
Yeah.
familiar life, and there's the element of your work life. And you need to,
Hmm. Okay.
like, you need to have that in order before you can come in intrude with mine, and vice versa,
Yeah.
because we are individuals, you
Yeah,
get
okay,
me?
okay, okay, that makes sense. You need to have your own
Yeah, like,
situation in order. Fix your
yeah,
house first before you come and invade
and
mine.
not just
But
that,
like,
but also respect the fact that I am my own house.
yeah, but like romantic relationship wise, okay. I know you guys like boundaries and stuff, but like, don't you think sometimes the social life and stuff, all those different things can come and interfere with those boundaries to a certain extent?
Like, for instance, call a spade, the friends.
Yeah, like let me say, for example, I'm in a relationship, right? Ne? You
How are
know,
you?
me, please let's not go there. It's not about me. It's not about me,
Mama,
you
no
know.
fun stories.
But like, get over stories. Okay, I'm in a relationship, right?
Right.
Okay, now we are in a relationship. We established our boundaries. You like to go out,
Yeah.
what. But I feel maybe this is, I don't know if this is even a, like you go out so much, ne? Sometimes you for, I think the way you go out, you sometimes forget, ne? You're in a
So
relationship.
bad.
So
But
I must see on another
yeah.
person's snaps how things are being done, you know? So it's like social life boundaries. I don't know how I put it into terms.
Mm.
But it's I think there can be a clash there to a
Yeah,
certain
I
extent.
think it's also the thing of establishing boundaries within your social sphere, so that whenever I do go out with my friends or whatever, they respect the fact that I am in a relationship. So, they wouldn't allow me to be in spaces where my relation or I put my relationship in jeopardy.
Your friends are friends. I'm sorry, ne. Your friends will not like, no, Jemima is in a relationship, so we can't go to the club. Yaylik. Your friends are gonna take you with, they're gonna take you into that club, they're gonna make sure you're on that stage. If there is someone giving lap dances, you are gonna get one. Those are the type of friends that we have nowadays. I'm serious now, on a real, on a real.
Yeah.
Maybe it's your best friend or it's your one or two. There's always like the
The
one
best
good
friend is the
apple out of
cousin.
the
It's always the best friend or the cousin.
yeah, so I don't think that's gonna work.
But then but then it also comes in, it ties into setting boundaries in platonic relationships. Setting boundaries in relationships that are not my significant other.
Now, how do I do that?
I think it starts with set, because sometimes people think that setting boundaries is just like I do it in my head, so it must work. But really it requires, and if you're serious about having somebody in your life, it means you're willing to sit them down and say, hey, look, you're my bra, you're my cousin, you're my whatever, and I'm gonna sit you down, I'm gonna tell you, look, I want you in my life. We've been in each other's lives, but I think it's time we take our relationship seriously.
Serious, yeah.
It's time you understand and respect the fact that this is where I start, this is where, and these are the things I'll tolerate in this, and this is where I'm not. And the thing is, because I've done that in my personal life with my friends, particularly the close ones, my friends will tell me, yeah, Jemima, they literally say, I'll support you as long as it's within my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there for you
As long
as it's within my boundaries.
But as long as you cross.
Exactly. And I think that also that can then help in that social setting of that could potentially put your relationship in jeopardy by saying, hey, look, I want to go out and have a good time with you, but within my boundaries, which means we're going to go to spaces where my partner will not feel disrespected, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. But also, on that note, we both, you are outgoing, I'm not outgoing. Okay. So I always need to cater for you, obviously. And you also need to cater for me sometimes. You also need to cater for me sometimes. Okay, so I catered for you for so long. Like I catered for you six dates in a row. Halfway to the seventh date, I want to go to something noisy, something wild, something crazy.
And I think that's
Don't you think there you now need to step a little bit out? It's just saying, okay, you know what? Let me just get into this person's comfort zone, because you're in a relationship, and remember, when you're in a relationship, some boundaries you guys will need to also build around that relationship.
That's like,
because you'll never find ne in a relationship both of the people are okay. Maybe you can like there's no way. There's always something different that one likes something and the other one doesn't.
Opposites attract.
So sometimes you need to compromise, and that's where I think boundaries can we can go a
Yeah.
little bit off.
Like
But you
build a bridge or something.
and also just to go back on something that you were saying, sometimes also ne, we build our own boundaries for people and we don't realize it. Sometimes ne, it's a it's not even a talking stage. We just met once or twice. You decided in your head, somewhere in your head, you decided, you know what, we are in a situation, we are in a so I start already. No, Jemima, why are you going out?
Oh,
Because in your head you've built boundaries around our relationship already, and you feel that, Huncho, you're not supposed to be doing this. We're in a relationship. Why do you think about that? Because I've had a lot of those. So we are not even. Let me not. Talking stage is something that is very important. I think I can build.
like that's where you start.
I can build a
About it.
foundation there.
Yeah.
Hopefully to get to a boundary, but we are not even at. Oh my God, we are not even there. We are about to. We are already building.
That
Yeah.
time we didn't even meet with the contractors. We don't even have the land to build.
Exactly.
Yo.
So you already decide. We met yesterday, 2, 3 phone calls. Next week you see on my Instagram, you're like, oh, so it's like that. So what do you think about those
Yo.
type?
I really, and the thing, in such situations, it's because at that particular juncture, you realize it's the person, not even the fact that there's not even a boundary. It's the person. It's either you or have deeply rooted insecurities, you've been really hurt, or you're just freaking narcissistic.
Oh my
It's straight
God.
up.
I'm really coming for people's
No, I think
insecurities
that's really
though.
where you start realizing that Netflix has made you like toxic men, and that's okay, or women even, because they really depicted and displayed them in such a glamorous manner. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, I was about to say that because I was like, girl, you don't wanna you don't wanna start with that.
Yeah.
You don't wanna you really don't wanna start with that. But now let's talk a little bit about building boundaries around your friends when you are in a relationship. Okay, so I'm in a relationship. Obviously, we are friends, but like I'm in a relationship. I'm gonna try and focus on my relationship a bit. Not that I'm neglecting you or anything. It's just for the vibes.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's also, I think the reason why friends feel like you neglect them when you go into a relationship is because we as human beings have this tendency of romanticizing our romantic relationships when we're in the
Wow.
relationship, and then forgetting that, oh yeah, I also have friends that I used to go out on dates with. I also have friends that I used to do nice things with, but now you don't romanticize your friendships anymore because you're just so focused on your capeza.
Capeza.
Yeah, so it's really not even a thing of yeah, you're not focusing on us anymore, or like neglecting.
Yeah,
It's
true.
just,
But like,
and when you like somebody, you want to be with them all the time.
back to friends and boundaries. Nah, ne. So, ne, we're in a relationship. Will you let your friends be okay? Your friends can be friends with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your whatever, ne? But will you let your friend your guys? There are just certain things that a friend can do, and a friend don't
Yeah,
cross
sure.
that.
Boundary.
You are with my person, like at very odd places,
Do you mean alone?
yeah. So would you let your friend cross that bridge?
No.
Would you? And if they do, what would you do in that instance?
No, because the thing is, are you then really my friend?
Some friends allow it.
Because what are you doing with my partner alone? That's concerning. That's very concerning.
But
It's so
okay,
concerning.
maybe should I not? Okay, I'm gonna say
No.
that.
No.
let me come like the teapot mar way.
Go.
So I was in a relation. I had that friend. I had I had that friend name. It was very awkward. Ne, my friend, we just had this thing. I can just walk up at your house anytime. You can just walk up at my house. We can just do that and stuff. So I rock up at my friend's house, right? And I find my person there. And at this point, I'm like,
I'm gonna
what
follow
are you?
you.
I'm like, in my head, I was like, and I didn't want to be that person. So I was just like, oh, what are you doing here? And then I just grabbed them. And no, we are just chilling. And I'm like, you guys are chilling together. Okay. You know, the first time there, I let it slide. I was just like, it's not that deep.
First time. Wait.
Exactly,
First
exactly.
time.
Come on,
There were
guys.
times.
There were times. The problem with this, there was times. So the first time, and then the next time, I think it was a friend of mine, my best friend. We went out, ne? Again. And this time it's just in the mall, casually walking in the mall. And I didn't even like approach him. I just saw from a distance and I was like, Abafoetu, there's something fishy going on here. And obviously, if you know me, I'm Uncle Investigative Officer. So I investigated. So I investigated. I investigated and I was like, I need to find out what is happening here. So I call, you know, most me, I like the street, so I know a lot of people. So I'll just call up and I'll be like, if you see this person and this person, you know, let me just know. So obviously I rock up and I'm just like, you know what, this is not funny anymore. And the thing is, I was at the time, I will admit that I was a little bit childish with the way I dealt with the situation, because I didn't even come to Jemima and be like, Jemima, babe, why didn't you, like, why are you hanging around with my friend? I just rocked up while they were together and I was like, this is not funny. Like, why are you guys always together, you know? I just approached it in that manner. And I think after that, I was like, I let my friends cross a lot of, you know, and it's not supposed to happen like that. I don't want to get into more detail because I think if I get into more detail, I might be revealing identity. So unfortunately, and also the thing is, Namibians are just very, you know, the way our friends like to put things nowadays. But she's my chummy. It's my man, Mark. I will not do your brami. She's me brag. But it's from Mark, you know. But I think you need to establish that boundary with your friend and just be like, me, bro, this is my girlfriend. Stay far. Move aside. This is my boyfriend. Stay far. Stay that side. You know, so that you can also, you know, just so you just for your own sanity, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay, this is a conversation for another day. But please do tell us in the comment section. Would you prefer your friends, like your partner and your friends being like sharing the same circle?
No. Sorry.
Short and sweet. We love that.
No, if you are in the same circle as my friend, stay away from me. Because then it's going to be a problem.
Now, this reminds me of that conversation. Can you be friends with your ex?
But you are friends with your ex.
Yes, I
You
am.
are, so that's a different thing. That's a different thing. But I feel if your partner is within the friend circle, then those relationship boundaries are not, they're not going to be like very, because it's like, you know, your friends are chilling and they're like, you pull up and they're like, where's your boyfriend? Or you find things like maybe your boyfriend is going to pick up the girl. Come on, no, I'm just going to pick up the girls. You're going to.
When it comes to parents, boundaries when it comes to cousins, boundaries when it comes to siblings. Yo, Chabulan. But anyway, boundaries when it comes to siblings.
This one is it's a complicated one.
Exactly, and I think because it's so complicated, we need to have this conversation because it's so easy to think, we share the same blood, so no boundaries, yay, vibes.
You can do what you want.
But then you let your family literally, and the thing is, without those boundaries, it's like, where are we going?
Your family gets in your business.
No, can you respect that this is where we end as relatives, and this is where I start. But how do you set those boundaries? How do you go about setting boundaries when it comes to your relatives? If you do.
I'm sorry, I don't. You know what? I actually, this just made me realize that in my house, I can see so I can send almal stories. So I think they need to. They need to check me. They, you know, the thing is, I'm an open book in my house. At least I'm a very open book. So I don't even need to say it; they already know it, But for them, I'm a
You like Jehovah's stories, Jehovah's.
So I think. For me, I don't think I can. I don't know about you. I can't set boundaries at home because I know everybody's, I'm just that person. What are you doing?
But how would you feel if your family was, since you are now the borderless one, the Roma. How would you feel if your family was to start setting boundaries like with you, like telling you, Hancho, no. Your sister tells you, Hancho, no. This is where you stop. This is where I stop. This is where you start. This is the end of you coming into my room unnecessarily.
Maybe this is the bamboo in me, ne? But like, child, you need to find your own house to set boundaries. Like, in my parents' house, um, it setting boundaries with the family is just, it's just another type of, it's a I don't know. Okay, let me ask you, maybe, how do you set boundaries?
I tell him straight. I tell him straight, baby. Oh, I tell him straight.
You're just like,
No, really.
Mom, you know what? You're not gonna take my phone and go through it like you want anymore. It's just.
This is where I draw the line. Okay, I'm kidding. My mom's probably gonna watch this. But how I do set boundaries with my family. I do tell them that, look, no, I don't like this. I don't. That makes me feel this type of way, because fortunately we have an open relationship. Or I have an open relationship with them, so I can tell them, because I'm an ambivert, right? So I recharge when I'm in my own space. And I need people, especially people that I live with, to respect it. To respect the fact that, hey, when I come home on Friday nights, if I am home, then you're going to leave me in my room and you're going to leave me alone. There's a point where I literally had like a talking, like a schedule type of thing. Like, talk to me at this time, don't talk to me at this. Literally, that's how deep I go with boundaries when it comes to family. But boundaries when it comes to relationships.
No, but wait. I wanna just rewind. You had like a talking schedule.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me at 6 o'clock. Talk to me at 8 o'clock.
Don't talk to me between the hours of, sort of like a sneaky link. I call them family links.
But I feel like. Yo, that's big hectic. Get your own house, girl. You can't do that in your parents' house. Because how can you set such rules? If I come home on Friday night at 2 a.m., don't come to my room.
No, not like that, but it's just like, respect my space. Respect, like, yeah, you can come in, but obviously knock or state your intention at the door, if you can. But that's really how deep I go with boundaries when it comes to my family, because my family, they also like, sometimes it's between boundaries, setting those boundaries, like it's an either or. If they start, then it's like, okay, nah, I stop there, you check. But with romantic relationships, it still is tricky, and that's why I think it's so important for us to have these conversations faster, because it's like, yeah, my partner and I will sit down, but then I still just want to be in your space all the time, and vice versa. So, but it's also, okay, I can't think of an instance where I have tried, where it's like, okay, we can be in each other's space, but we can be doing completely different things. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, just respect the fact that sometimes I don't want to talk, I just want to read, and that could be the same in his case.
Yeah, so I think that's a good one. Yeah,
like that was an actual boundary that we set, and it's vibes.
No, that one is a good one, because your boundaries are really, they are not always easy to talk about, but they are must talk about in a relationship. Like,
and it's
listen,
difficult to bring up these conversations.
Yeah, I always say, start at the beginning. I don't know, I used to do it. I did it, no, let me not say I used to do it, I'm lying. I did it once. I was like, we're in a relationship, this is what I expect. This is what you must expect. This is what I don't like. This is what I did that. That relationship didn't last, but like, I'm saying things like that can always like work in a relationship. Just like mentioning, this is what I appreciate. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. 5 love languages, those type of things.
Languages.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so important in relationships. And I think that is also a conversation that we need to have here on nothing but the tea.
Unfortunately,
we have come to the end of today's episode of Boundaries. If you do have any other questions regarding boundaries or just fun facts that you want to share, please do make sure to DM myself, Chamaima.ndebele, or the famous Huncho Kapofi. You're most likely to find him. So you do make sure to DM me. I'll make sure to. I'll tell him. Huncho, you're gonna respond. Please don't. Please
I
don't
always
let people
respond. I
on
always
scene.
respond. I always respond.
Yeah. So even if you wanna like fangirl or whatever, his ears are literally open. He's
Yeah.
saying it. So yeah, unfortunately we've come to the end. From me, Jemima Debele, and my lovely guest.
Hi, hi. Bye, guys.
Huncho Kapofi. We'll see you next week, same time, same place on Nothing But the Tea.